Hey guys, good evening. This is Srini Dadi from Dadi Cryptos. Um, Friday evening. So let's quickly cover the Bitcoin pricing. And today I will cover uh, GDAX trading and some tips on how to trade on GDAX and how to use the functions like limit and stop. Okay, this is not a comprehensive tutorial. Reach out to GDAX if you need more help. This is just a high-level overview. Okay, and anything I show and I talk, it is my personal opinion, and don't take it as a financial advice. Do your own due diligence and go from there. Okay, so I covered a detailed video on the Bitcoin pricing in the last 24 hours, along with what was going on with Bitcoin Cash and its impact on altcoins and also on Bitcoin. Okay, see my previous video, which I did a few minutes back. And this video is more focused on, maybe I'll cover a little bit of Bitcoin price trends, and then I'll talk about and show you some screens on how to do the trading on GDX. And most of my viewers in the US and my followers are mostly using Coinbase and GDX, and I want to show how to move funds from Coinbase to GDX and how to trade in GDX. Okay, so let's get started. I will share my screen. Give me a moment. Okay, so let's start with my page, and most of you know this page. This is my daily blog. It's called dadicryptos.com, dadicrypto.com. Will bring you to my Facebook page. And in Facebook, it's easy to update and do the shares. So if you are on Facebook, like this button, so you'll get my daily updates. Generally, I do once or twice a day with only the very important information that I feel is useful to all of you. Okay, so I covered this earlier today. The one thing I want to show you is the altcoins. Everything is in red except for Ethereum Classic, which is $15.16 about an hour back, which is in green, and Bitcoin Cash, which is obviously in green. It went up 50% today. It touched 1050. It's right now around the 980, and Bitcoin Gold 200, which also went up about 35%. This chart, if you know how to read the trends, this shows what exactly happened in the last 24 hours or 48 hours. So Bitcoin was at peak at 7,900 and now trading around 6,000, close to 6,900. So about $1,000 drop. Earlier in the day, it came down all the way to 6,400. So 1,500 drop in 2 days. And most of it happened since last night. And the correlation to that is this spike. Bitcoin Cash, first it came from 300 to 600 in the last 5 days, 6 days. But since yesterday, when it was, Bitcoin was around this mark, 7,500, 600. Bitcoin Cash, BCH was around 600, 650. But then it zoomed up to 1,000. So the upward swing here brought the red pullback here. So the funds moved from year to year, and mostly it happened in Asia, in one or two Korean exchanges. So they were instrumental in pumping up Bitcoin Cash for whatever reason, and that brought down the Bitcoin pricing all over the world. And you know that, most of you know, Bitcoin Cash is not traded in most of the exchanges that are popular in the US. So So US could holders mostly all on Coinbase or on GDAX. GDAX has only 3 coins. We'll cover that in detail. They were blindsided to what was happening and they were clueless. And that's why I'm showing you this. Okay. Earlier in the morning, I talked about how Koreans were crushing the BTC and altcoins. This is a testimony of that. Except BCH, Bitcoin Cash, everything is from about 8% to 20% down. This was in the morning, and it's much more in the afternoon, but it came back up, but still everything is in red except for BCH. So that shows that whatever the folks in BCH and Korea were trying to do, whether it was a deliberate attempt to bring down Bitcoin and altcoins, we don't know, but that's the impact it had. Okay. So let's look at live pricing of Bitcoin right now. And I'm in 5-minute candle. Bitcoin is really chugging along. In the last, since the afternoon when it touched, let me go to 15-minute candle. Afternoon where it touched the bottom of 6440, it has been going up and it's been bullish. Okay, so on the 1-minute candle shows that it's around this 6,850 for quite some time since 7 o'clock for the past 1 hour. Okay, and the 5-minute candle shows that since 5 p.m. I'm in the Pacific time zone. I'm in South California, around near the Newport Beach. So this time here is around the Pacific time zone. Okay, so 5 o'clock it was a bit lower at 6,500. Since then it's been going up, which is positive news for Bitcoin holders. Okay, and we will come back to this in a moment. What I would like to do is I will show you how to trade using GDAX. Okay, I'm logged in right now. So I'm in my LTC screen. You all know this. These are the pricing of LTC. I'm assuming that you already have an account in GDAX. If you have an account in Coinbase, you'll automatically get an account in GDAX. If you're not able to log in, contact GDAX or Coinbase. GDAX is the exchange underlying engine for Coinbase. Coinbase is just one button buy or sell and doesn't give any options. It's for just very newcomers who don't know anything about cryptos or anything about trading, but you'd like to get started. And the way, if you have not even got started, then the way you want to get started is with Coinbase. Let me start with that. Is you go, one easy way is you go come to my site daddycryptos.com, and you will find this links to that in my site on how to get started. Uh, uh, and if not, I'm sure there's a link. I'm trying to look for it. If not, you can go to Coinbase directly, or if you have a referral link. It's one of these links. When you click on here, it will take you to that. I'll show you in a moment, but that's not the intent of this. I want to show you how to get started in Coinbase. I'm assuming you already know how to get started there. So let us assume you already have a coin or some coins in Coinbase. I'll use the example of Litecoin. Okay. So what you do is, in order to bring the coins from Coinbase to GDAX, you do this deposit button. Okay. You get the screen only after logging in. If you are not logged in to Coinbase, or sorry, to Bitcoin, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. If you're not logged into GDAX, then you see the screen. So basically, I'm doing the sign in button. When you sign in, it will bring you to this screen, and it will show you some extra buttons, including this deposit and withdraw. Okay, So what this is showing is in this I have a balance of about $108, and I have 0.04 Litecoins. Okay, so say I had Litecoins already I bought in Coinbase. So you go and do a deposit. When you do a deposit, this screen comes up. So you could do a deposit from your bank if you're depositing your cash, or you could do your bank account, or you could do from your Coinbase wallet. Okay, or you could do from LTC address. LTC address is, this is an address of my address. Basically, it's telling I can deposit to my address from a different LTC address. Okay, that's complex. I complex for this subject, but it's easy once you understand. All we're trying to do is to bring from Coinbase. So you ignore all these buttons, yeah, and you do. Right now, I don't have any LTC in my Coinbase, so it shows 0. So let us assume I had 1. I do this, and you say I had 0 instead of 0. I had 1. You just put 1 here. Okay, you may have 10 there, but you want to bring only 1, say, and then you do deposit. Okay, my screen here would not do anything because I don't have it. Okay, I can quickly show you. I think I have some like I don't know if I have Ethereum in Coinbase. Yeah, so let us use this. So I want to bring those Ethereum into my Coinbase account. So I go to Coinbase. I have very small Ethereum. I'm showing you just how to do this. This is not much Ethereum. Okay, as you know. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 9. Okay, I'll say I want to deposit that. For some reason, it's so small that it doesn't even accept it. I know I have some Bitcoin, so let me bring the Bitcoin. So I'll do the deposit, okay? And in my deposit, I'll do Coinbase. I have some, yeah, I do have 0.04. So I'll bring 0.04 from my Coinbase to GDAX, okay? I have this whole thing. I can bring the whole thing, or for now I'll bring only 0.01, okay? So when I click the deposit, it says it deposited successfully. So when I close this, that 0.01 should automatically come here. Okay. So I believe it came. It was 0.040 before. Okay. So let's go back to the previous example of Litecoin. Okay. So so right now I want to show you how these things work. I got about $100. So I will show you how Litecoin works from a trading standpoint. This is the order books. This is showing how many orders are going through this exchange right now. It's showing you how many transactions are going right now. Close to 850,000. It's telling that in the last 24 hours the price was low, and it's showing that the current price is 60.47. So what I want to do is I got this 0.04. I want to sell it. Okay, so I can say I want to sell 0.0. I don't know if it will allow because it's very small amount. I want to sell 0.01. I'll get 60 cents. Okay, I want to sell it in market. Let's see what happens. So I did a sell, and here it says that it's filled. Okay, so it sold it for 60.36, and the fee here, because I did the market sell, the fee is 0.0018 US dollars, and it says it filled, and it added to it decremented my from my LTC balance, and here if you remember it was, this number was 108, and now it's 109. Okay, so the next way you can do is limit. So I'll again try to sell 0.01 Litecoin in limit, and the limit price I'll give is, right now it is 60.41. So I will give it 60.40. Okay. If you give 60.40, oh, it went up. So this is the problem with limit. You have to look for, I mean, I can give whatever. I'll give 60.50 because it's 60.52. If I give anything from 52 and over, then it will buy in, it will sell in market. Okay. So what we are trying to do with limit is not to get that fee. That's what I'm trying to show you. But the price keeps changing. So this is the tricky part. So I'll keep it at 40. Okay. And it's already at 45. So I will say sell. And you'll see that it comes here. It's telling I want to sell 0.01 Litecoin at $60.40. The fee is zero. This is the most important one. So if this does come, it's sitting in the queue. So here you can see that my transaction is somewhere over here. Okay, in the 60.40. So it is coming down. Between these two, there's 1 cent difference. So if we can get this to trade at 60.40, and I'm in the queue, you can see that this queue is building 800 odd coins. My 0.01 is stuck in this. So if it does go through, then you'll see that it will say it filled. But the reason I'm spending so much time on this is the fee will be zero if it does go through. And this is very important for Bitcoin. If you're trading Bitcoin, you know that here it is roughly about 0.3%. So if you're doing Bitcoin, this will be in big dollars. So roughly GDX, my experience has been, if you're doing one Bitcoin, you end up spending about $20 in fee. So if you're trying to save that $20 odd dollars in Coinbase, I think it's $40 or $60. Coinbase is a lot higher. Okay. So even the market of GDX is a lot less than Coinbase. So a lot of you have asked about this, and that's why I'm spending so much time showing. So it did finish, as you can see. The price came down to 60.30. It filled it. I'm hoping it filled. Come on, it should have filled. It would, because the price has come down and mine is higher price. I don't know why it's not doing it, but it should. Okay. So that's kind of what limit is. There won't be any fee here. But the problem with limit is you have to keep track of this price. So if you're trying to trade frequently and trade within a small narrow range, then limit is extremely difficult. Even if you think you're putting limit, it will do it in market if the price is within a small range. Okay. The next is stop sell. Stop sell is generally used where, say I got, for example, I got 0.02, but normally you would have a lot more, right? So in this account, I don't have much. So 0.24 is my Litecoin. So I can say sell all my Litecoin, whatever is here. If the price touches 55, I'm willing to take a hit. But if it falls below 55, I don't want to keep my Litecoin. So that's what I'm doing here. I would do a place. It's telling me that it's warning that although I'm putting at 55, there's no guarantee that it will do it at 55, because when the price slides, it tries, and it may even sell at a lower. That's basically what it's done. So I'm saying okay. So it would highlight as a stop. Okay. And it would do at a market. So that's basically what is the difference. And the fee right now it says is zero because it's similar to limit. It is telling zero. Okay. So the difference is that for market, you'll have a small fee. It's a very small fee because I've been trading very less here, and I'll show you how to buy. It's the reverse. Okay. So now I have $110. So I want to buy in market first. Let me show you how to do that. So I want to buy only $10 of. This is an example of how to even trade in very small um, denomination. Some folks think that if you're trading in Bitcoin or Litecoin, you should have thousands or hundreds of dollars. No, even if you have $10, you can buy Litecoin every day. Okay, so this is one of the reason I'm showing this. So not everyone has big money. Even if you have $10, $20, you can buy these cryptos. Say instead of spending a fancy coffee for $10 or having a steak dinner for $30, you want to spend that here instead and get a few Litecoins, which I'm sure will always go up. Uh, it's a lot better option, and I'm showing you how to buy Litecoin right now. Okay, so I have $110 here. I want to buy $10 worth uh, uh, at the market price, so whatever. Right now it's 60.29, and what it's telling is I'll get 0.01653 odd. Okay, there are like 8 to 10 digits here. That's the best part about Litecoin and Bitcoin, because as the price goes up, you can buy smaller fractions. Okay, so I'm doing a buy. So you'll see that transaction right here. So I did a buy. It bought it. So it says it bought $10 worth Litecoin, which is equal to 0.1654. It bought at market price of 60.29. It charged me a fee of 0.02, so a small fraction of cent, and it filled. The status is filled. The only difference is if you're buying $100 worth, you'll get 1.6 Litecoin at the same price. Say you bought it. Instead of this, you'll get 20 cents. So Litecoin is extremely inexpensive. So if you want to get started into cryptos and you don't have much funds to begin with, this is the way to start. Even with $100, you can get 1.5 Litecoin. Okay, and I'm live. I'm not doing like a demo. I'm live. This is my money. I'm buying it and showing you how to do it. Okay, so I'll show you how to buy in limit. So in limits, I'm saying again, I'll buy in here. I'll put Litecoin. I'll buy 0.1 Litecoin. Okay, I'll put a limit price of 60.28 cents. Okay, because it's already 28, so I'll put 27. Because if I do 28, it'll buy and it'll charge this fee. So I'm trying to avoid that. So it says it'll cost me $6 and it'll give me 0.01. Okay, so let's see if it does. So I did the buy. So it's showing me that my order is 0.01 Litecoin for $60.25 market price. And it's saying there's no fee, 00. Okay, so I showed you how to buy at 00 and sell at 00. And if it does, it should technically do it. Okay, and same thing, now that I have this 0.0166 Litecoin, I'll put a stop order. I'm not done a stop order buy, and I'm trying to figure out why would you even do a stop buy. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe there is, but I've never done a stop buy. I've always done a stop sell, but not a stop buy. So in buy, normally you would do a market and a limit. Okay, so it did. So it's fair. Okay, one thing to note is even if it doesn't buy, it will decrement the dollars here. Or if you could, I'm showing you with respect to dollars because I bought in dollars. But you can also buy Litecoin with other coins. For example, I can buy Litecoin with Bitcoin. Okay, this curve shows that, and you can see all these decimals. So basically, this is a little more complex. I wouldn't. This is more for more intermediate and advanced guys. So don't try to do this because now you have to figure out what these numbers mean. Basically, this is showing my balances, and these numbers are showing that one Litecoin is 0.00885 of Bitcoin. Okay, so I won't do that right now, but I just wanted to show that there's an option to do that. Earlier on, I brought my Litecoin from Coinbase, you can do the same thing. Say you want to bring your dollars, say you have dollars sitting, you can do this to get your bank wired, okay, directly into GDAX. Some of you asked if you can do, if I click on the bank account, if your bank account is set, you can just put in your how much ever dollars you want to withdraw from your bank, and it'll automatically show up here. You don't have to do it from Coinbase. That is one question folks have asked. So it does take a couple of days for the bank funds to come into the account. If you want to buy immediately, the fastest way, say the markets are extremely good and you want to buy right away, right now, and if you have some dollars, then you buy like the way I did. Okay, so you see all these transactions are completed. If I go to my fill button, I did a lot of transactions. It is showing all the different transactions we did in the past 10 minutes. These were all my demo transactions. These were some transactions I did earlier, 5 days back. Okay, makes sense? So these are the fills. And right now, I have an open order for the stop, which I did as a demo to show you all. So if it touches 55, it will sell off my 0.02 for Litecoin. Okay, so so you can bring your funds using this deposit button. The time you use withdraw is, say you want to send back the $97 back to Coinbase, then I can put this $94 here. Okay, I can put then say $1 here instead of $94 because I need that. And in my Coinbase, I have 24 cents right now. So I can withdraw, transfer. And so I'm transferring $1 to Coinbase account. It says it has done it. Okay. So here it has removed that $1 from my GDAX. I'm not logged into my Coinbase. If I do, I'd show that $1 there. That's one way to withdraw from here to there. Or I could also withdraw to my bank account. When I click my bank account, it will say transfer whatever money is here in my GDAX directly to my bank account. And if I'm connected to the bank wire, I could do it to the wire. Or if you want to send your Litecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum to a different exchange or a wallet, okay, you can always do that. So what you do is you get your 32-bit. Okay, let me show you what I mean before that. So every one of these have a have an account key, and they are 32-digit numbers. Okay, so my 32-digit code is here. Okay, it's generating this address every time. It will generate a new address. Okay, so this address is valid only for a few times. So that number you have to copy paste. Okay, let me show you. So this address, what you would do is you would either use a QR code or you would copy this whole thing. This is my LTC address. Okay, this is my own one, but what I'm trying to show is every exchange you'll have to copy that address, and because you're withdrawing, I'm showing you how to withdraw. Let us assume this is my address of a wallet outside, and then I want to transfer my 0.026 Litecoin to that from here. Then I do a get code. It will go onto my phone and it send me an SMS. It gave me a number. Then I have to put that number from my registered phone and then do the withdraw funds. Okay. And the same process if I want to send to my bank. So that's the way you do it. Okay. So I showed you how to deposit from Coinbase and also from bank. I showed you how to withdraw from here to a different exchange, a different wallet, or back into the bank. I showed you how to do the buys. I showed you how to do the buys at market, buys at limit. I showed you how to do the sell with my limit and also with market. And we also did the stop, and the stop one is still here. Okay. Hope this was helpful and it's of use for you guys. If you are hardly trading once or twice, not much, then try to do the limits so you can save some money in the exchanges and commissions. But if you are a frequent trader, then you use your judgment, and depending on your trade and timing, you may sometimes have to do market. And even if you think you're doing limit, it will end up doing market, depending on that small price range. Okay. Hope that was helpful. And again, go to my blog site, like the page, and I would let me go here. I would say go to this daddycryptos.com, like this page button here. When you like it, you start getting all my updates, which I do. These are extremely useful ones, and whenever there's a useful update, I post it. You can also message me when you use this message. I'll get a Facebook message. Okay, and you can. I wouldn't advise you calling, but if you want to call me, this is the number. But I would assume that you're looking for some additional one-on-one assistance, and that will be at some mutually agreed cost. And this is the site, right? And there's some lot of useful videos. And if you like what you see, feel free to donate. This is my BTC wallet, and when you do use this key and donate, like the way I showed you, you have to do a withdraw 0.00.01 Bitcoin, copy paste mine, then I'll get the 0.01 Bitcoin. Okay. Remember, every wallet is different. Okay, that's one more thing I'll show you. BTC wallet is different than LTC. If you end up sending BTC to an LTC, then it doesn't go anywhere. You will lose it, but it won't reach the destination. I'll talk about that in a moment. I'm glad I saw this here. And we already covered these, okay? And I have like hundreds of videos on the same channel, and subscribe to the videos too, okay? The one that you're watching right now. Subscribe to my channel. What I was going to show you was, remember when I'm in LTC, okay, and I try to deposit, now in BTC, my BTC address would be different, okay? So this would be different than say when I do say Ethereum. When I do Ethereum and I try to look up, so every address is different, okay? And these are 32 numbers, random numbers that get generated. This is the reason it's called crypto, because this is very cryptography, and this is a 32-digit unique number that gets generated and logged in the blockchain. Okay, so if you're sending Ethereum, you have to send only to Ethereum wallet. If you're sending Bitcoin, you should send only to a Bitcoin address. So always look for what address you're sending. A lot of times we hear that folks, without knowledge, they send a Ethereum to Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, or some other Bitcoin like a gold or they think they're sending it from a Bitcoin to Bitcoin, but they end up sending from Bitcoin to Cash. So it will go away from your wallet, but it will never reach its destination. So be careful with that. So you have to send only from BTC to BTC, Ethereum to Ethereum, Litecoin to Litecoin. This is very advanced. This is more for folks who are transferring between one exchange to the other, or from one exchange to, say you're sending it to your friend's wallet, or friends, or you're paying for a service and you're sending that fee. So if you're sending Litecoin, you have to use the send of Litecoin, and so on and so forth. But if you're transferring between GDAX and Coinbase, you don't need all that. You just use this deposit and withdraw buttons and just do the Coinbase account. Okay, because they are one and the same. Coinbase is just the easy app, dumb easy app to get started. And GDX is the more complex one with all these bells and whistles. Okay, and that's kind of where things are. Really quick, let's look at what's going on with Bitcoin seems like it came down a little bit. So it is in the 1 minute candle, it came down, yeah, to 6768. So right now it's coming down, um, and I still think it's bullish. It's just that, yeah, because it did these candles, it went up from here from 6571 all the way till 6891, which is what about close to $400, right? 563 to 888, so about $300, right? So there needs to be some correction or some profit selling. So this was some folks took some profit, right? Your day trader, they do that all the time, and they're trying to take the profit, and then again it will start with this next run of candles. So normally when you see, especially in GDAX, you count this, if you are in this 5 minute or 15 minute, keep track of these, okay? Like this, ups or downs, especially keep track of the ups. So once it crosses like 5 or 6, be prepared that you start seeing the reds, okay? So for every 5, 6 greens, there will be 3 or 4 reds, okay? So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you see about 4, then you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you see 3 or 4 reds. That's how it trades, and it's good that it's going up, but at the same time pulling back slightly, going up, then it's coming down. So that's the bull pattern. Okay, if it is going down more than it's going up, then it's like here, it's kind of a bearish pattern. It's coming down. The highs of here are lower than the highs here, and this lower high is lower than the high here. Okay, so that's it for now. I will